Hello, sir. Have you ever wanted to be driving down the road, comfortably going over bumps, killing all the frogs after a fresh rainstorm accidentally, and feeling really bad about it immediately afterwards, but not having to actually feel the frogs going under your tires? But do you also only have a budget of $5,000 or a little bit more because a couple of these cars are more than $5,000? Well, don't worry, buddy. I got you covered with 10 dirt cheap luxury cars that you can find for the most part under 5K. Like I said, some of these cars are going to cost you a little bit more than 5K, but for the most part, they're all under $5,000. Without further ado, let's go right into the list with number 10. 10th place is going to the second generation of the Cadillac Escalade line. To be honest, if you can find any Escalade under 5K, or even under 10K, if you got a little bit more of a higher budget, it is a good smanking deal. I mean, after Escalades get used, they become around the same price as the Tahoe, which is crazy because the Escalade is just a better Tahoe. That comes with a 6.2 liter V8, making 403 horsepower, and it is 4x4. A lot of people seem to think that luxury automatically means unreliability. Cadillac proved that wrong with this car. It comes with the same motor. It's literally a Chevy Tahoe, which is a very reliable car. My mom had two of them, actually, and we still have one that's sitting in our driveway waiting to get sold. And it was incredible. Never broke down, never gave her any issues. The Escalade is, like I said, exactly the same thing as that, except now it has more luxury in it. Number 9 large. It's going to the wonderful, drumroll please, Mercedes E320 W124. If you thought I was going to make a list about luxury and not include a single Mercedes, you, sir, are smoking something I like to call the reefer, all right? Because Mercedes is the king of luxury. I'm not a big luxury guy personally, that's why I don't really care too much for Mercedes, but if you are, Mercedes is incredible at it. They come with a 2-liter inline-4, making 217 horsepower, and they are rear-wheel drive. Keep in mind, this is the E320 we're talking about, which comes with that motor, but there are plenty of other options available for the W124 chassis that have different motors with different horsepower and at different prices. Like, for example, if you want to get a very reliable one and that's all you care about, get a diesel option. They have diesel options of these cars and they are incredibly reliable and they're really good on gas too. So if you just need a daily, do that, but they're very slow. But if you want something a little bit quicker, get something a little bit quicker. But either way, like I said, it's a Mercedes. It's incredibly cheap nowadays and they're very comfortable. Coming in at the number 8 spot is the reason why I sadly couldn't say all these cars are under 5K, because the Jaguar XF is not under 5K. Not yet. I do think they will be, though, very, very soon if you want to wait a little bit and then buy one. I guarantee these things will go under 5K because they're so underrated. Nobody talks about them at all. And so you're easily going to be able to find these under 5K any day now. They come with a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4, making 296 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. One thing you're going to notice about this video is a lot of these cars are going to have higher horsepower numbers, and so you may think, well, that car's pretty fast. The issue is a lot of luxury cars are incredibly heavy, and a lot of those motors, in this one in particular, are unreliable. And that is exactly how it is with the XF. It's a British car. Almost every British car ever made has been unreliable, dude. These things are just, they don't run that long. But the Jaguar XF is still very, very cool. It looks really nice. It's got an incredible interior, especially for its time, and they are so dirt cheap right now. Like I said before about how most of these cars may sound like they're going to be fast because of their horsepower number, but they're not because they're actually really heavy. Number 7 is the Chrysler 300C first generation. Everybody calls these things the boats of the car world. Almost every Dodge Chrysler product is a boat, to be honest. And that's okay, because it wasn't trying to be a little sports car that you handle around corners. Anyway, buddy, this thing comes with a 3.5 liter V6, making 258 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. Now, before you start stabbing me in my heart, listen, yes, there is the SRT8 version of the Chrysler 300 that has more horsepower and is pretty sporty. But if you're looking for luxury, it really makes no sense to buy that version. If you're only looking for luxury, just buy the cheaper option, which is going to be the V6. It's better on gas, it's more comfortable because it doesn't make as much engine noise. It's just a better option for you. If you are caring about speed, yes, the 300C comes with an SRT8 option, and that comes with a V8, makes a lot more power, and is definitely the one for you. But if you only care about luxury, the V6 is fine. Coming in at the number 6 spot, my friends, is a car that's getting very popular and very overpriced at the same time, the Lexus LS400. I cannot stress this enough. If you want an LS400, you should definitely try looking at them now. They are rising in price faster than a freaking ocean after an earthquake hits. That makes no sense. I was trying to come up with a tsunami reference, but it didn't really make any sense. Either way, the LS400 comes with a 4-liter V8, making 270 horsepower in its rear-wheel drive. Again, yes, 270 horsepower sounds fast. No, the car is not fast. It's a heavy boat. It's got an automatic transmission only. Keep that in mind. The car is commonly regarded as one of the pioneers of luxury back in the 90s. When it came out, it literally like crushed the 7 Series BMW and the S-Class Mercedes for like half the price of those cars. As a matter of fact, it was so crazy. Mercedes got caught taking apart LS400s to try and see what they were doing to make their cars cheaper. It was insane. The LS400 is obviously insanely comfortable, and if you have the money, buy the next generation, the LS430, or then the next generation after that. They still haven't stopped making these things. But coming in at the number 5 spot, another SUV actually, because a lot of SUVs are very comfortable, very cool looking little SUVs. It's the Porsche Cayenne first generation. Here's a little bit of a pickle to find yourself in, buddy. Do you care more about looking cool and having a cool, fun car, or do you care more about reliability and being safe and not having to worry about breaking stuff? Well, that's a good option. Either way, the Cayenne comes with a 3.2-liter V6, making 247 horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive. The reason why I made that little comparison back there is because we have 2 SUVs on this list, the Escalade and the Cayenne, and both of them do something different than the other one. The Cayenne, even though it can be reliable, is going to be significantly more unreliable than the Escalade will be. However, the Cayenne is going to be a lot more fun, is a lot cooler, is a lot more good-looking, and is a lot lighter. So you have to pick your poison there. If you like the Escalade because of its reliability and you want a reliable car, go for that one. If you want to have a little bit more fun and have a sportier SUV that looks cool, go with the Cayenne. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we're going to the land of BMW for the very first time, but will not be the last time. It's the BMW 740iL E38. I know I literally just said that the LS400 did significantly better than the 7 Series back in the day for half the cost, but guess what? Nowadays, those cars are not the same price anymore, and the LS400 is the more expensive one, so the E38 is a little bit higher than it. Comes with a 4.4-liter V8, making 282 horsepower, and it's rear-wheel drive. Now, with the LS400, that motor is going to be insanely reliable. It's one of the most reliable motors Toyota's ever built, to be honest. But the 740iL is going to be a little bit more unreliable. But at the same time, the 740iL, in my opinion, looks a lot cooler, is a lot more, I would say, sporty, in my opinion. And even though technically the LS400 did beat it in its terms of reliability at the time, it's just something about BMW that screams more like bougie than the Lexus does. Coming in at 3rd place, we've talked about 2 German cars already, and we're back onto it again with another one, 3 in a row. It's the Audi A8 3rd generation. To be honest, I put the A8 3rd gen here, and I am going to talk mainly about that, but any Audi A series, if you want to get the S line for more, power and a little bit more sportiness, you can, but I would just recommend just sticking with the A line if you don't care about performance. They're insane. This one comes with a 4.2-liter V8, making 350 horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive. Even though before I did say a lot of these cars are heavier, and the A8 is definitely not a light car, 350 horsepower is still very good in a car. It's going to be pretty quick, I'm not going to lie. Its motor is going to be unreliable. It's an Audi V8, keep that in mind. But like I said before, if you want to get an Audi that's a little bit luxurious, just get any of the, anything that's not an A4, I would say is pretty good. The A6, A7, do they make those? A7s? I don't think they do, actually. And then the A8s are very good. Coming in at 2nd place, however, is going to Mercedes again. You thought I was done when I talked about the W124. I literally told you I wasn't. I literally said to you, buddy, this is not the last time we're going to be seeing the Mercedes on this list. And for some reason, you thought it was going to be the last one. Well, it's not. The Mercedes C300 W204 is a very good option. The W204 is also a very good-looking chassis. It comes with a 3-liter V6, making 228 horsepower, and it's rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. You get that option, which is pretty cool, man. Thanks, Mercedes. Now again, this is, an automatic only, not that quick because it's a little bit heavier. It's going to have some reliability issues because it's a Mercedes. But again, this is a luxury car list, and so the Mercedes is obviously going to get up there towards the top. 2nd place, I think it's great. I don't think it's the best luxury car for under like 5K, but it's a pretty damn good one. But first place, the best luxury car for dirt cheap, I would say under 5K, but you can't find these under 5K. You can find them under 10K though. It's the BMW 650i E63. The 6 Series in general has always been a pinnacle of luxury, and it has a great mixture of luxury and performance behind the hood as well, which is awesome. And they look really good, except for the rear end. Don't get me started on the rear end, it looks really weird. Comes with a 4.8 liter V8, making 360 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Again, very good. I love those options. It is a coupe only, so don't expect to be carrying around all the girlies in this thing, unless the girlies are very small. Actually, as a matter of fact, you probably shouldn't be driving around small girlies. Make sure they're 18 years old, buddy. Okay. And it's a good car though. It's a very, like I said, it's got a good mixture of sporty and luxury to it, but it definitely doesn't, like a lot of the companies, they try doing that, but then they cheap out on the luxury aspect of it, right? They go all sporty and no luxury, or they go the other way around, all luxury and no sport. BMW did all of both, and I think it's great. Now, obviously, yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but you're paying for more luxury. But ladies and gentlefish, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos that you'd like to see down in the comments below. A lot of luxury cars are under 5K, by the way, so I know somebody's gonna be like, you forgot this one. You forgot this one. I had 10, man. Okay, I had an option of 10. It's not like I can talk about every luxury car under 5K. And yes, some of them I might have purposely forgotten about because they're probably not that good, or I don't like them that much, or they're a very boring car to talk about. So keep that in mind. I know everybody always says that in my videos. Well, what about this car? What about this car? Man, listen, I got a limited number of cars I can do here, you know? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.